Mary Elizabeth Truss is a British politician who served as Prime Minister of the United Kingdom and leader of the Conservative Party from September to October 2022. She resigned amid a financial and political crisis after 50 days in office, making her the shortest-serving Prime Minister in the history of the United Kingdom. She previously served in various cabinet positions under Prime Ministers David Cameron, Theresa May, and Boris Johnson, lastly as Foreign Secretary from 2021 to 2022. She has been Member of Parliament for South West Norfolk since 2010. Truss attended Merton College, Oxford, and was the President of Oxford University Liberal Democrats. In 1996, she joined the Conservative Party. She worked at Shell and Cable and Wireless, and was the Deputy Director of the think tank Reform. After 2 unsuccessful attempts to be elected to the House of Commons, she was elected as the MP for South West Norfolk at the 2010 UK general election. As a backbencher, she called for reform in several policy areas including childcare, mathematics education, and the economy. She founded the Free Enterprise group of Thatcherite Conservative MPs and wrote a number of papers and books, including After the Coalition and Britannia Unchained. She served as Parliamentary Under-Secretary of State for Childcare and Education from 2012 to 2014, before Cameron appointed her Secretary of State for the Environment, Food, and Rural Affairs in his 2014 cabinet reshuffle. Although she supported the Britain Stronger in Europe campaign for the UK to remain in the European Union, she supported Brexit after the outcome of the 2016 referendum. Following Cameron's resignation in 2016, his successor May appointed Truss as Secretary of State for Justice and Lord Chancellor, making Truss the first woman to serve as Lord Chancellor in the office's 1,000-year history. After the 2017 general election, Truss was appointed Chief Secretary to the Treasury. After May resigned in 2019, Truss supported Johnson's successful bid to become Conservative leader and Prime Minister, after which he appointed Truss as Secretary of State for International Trade and President of the Board of Trade in July 2019. She subsequently took on the additional role of Minister for Women and Equalities in September 2019. Johnson promoted Truss to Foreign Secretary in the 2021 cabinet reshuffle. During her time in the position, she co-chaired the EU-UK Partnership Council, led negotiations on the Northern Ireland Protocol, and was involved in the UK's response to the 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine. Truss defeated Rishi Sunak in the Conservative Party leadership election to succeed Johnson, who resigned amid a government crisis. Appointed Prime Minister by Elizabeth II 2 days before her death, Truss oversaw the Queen's state funeral, the largest ever security operation in the UK. To tackle the ongoing cost of living crisis and energy supply crisis, her government announced the energy price guarantee to limit energy prices for households, businesses, and public sector organizations. Truss's government announced large-scale borrowing and tax cuts in a mini-budget. The mini-budget was widely criticized and largely reversed, having led to financial instability. Facing mounting criticism and loss of confidence in her leadership, Truss announced her resignation as leader of the Conservative Party. Sunak was elected unopposed as her successor, and replaced her as Prime Minister. Truss remains in the House of Commons as a backbencher. Early life and education. O'Leary was born in Allerton, Liverpool, and raised in Heswall, in Wirral, as the eldest of 3 siblings. O'Leary's mother Susan was a nurse, and his father John was a college lecturer who trained as a solicitor and worked for the legal firm of the Liverpool lawyer Rex Macon. O'Leary attended Birkenhead School, where he studied mathematics and further mathematics at A-level, applying unsuccessfully to the University of Oxford to study philosophy, politics, and economics. He went on to study econometrics and mathematical economics at the London School of Economics before becoming an accountant. Whilst at university, he was acquainted with Therese Coffey, who was later Liz Truss' deputy prime minister. Career. O'Leary worked as a finance director at Affinity Global Real Estate. O'Leary worked at Iraqis Investments Limited, a company that, at the time, had no employees other than its one director.